Now at 6, rural hospitals in southeast Kansas are gearing up for a possible fight with the Omicron variant. And traffic alerts. Southwest Missouri drivers should make plans to get around some planned projects. We'll tell you where and what to expect.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
The Omicron variant of COVID has been detected in 7 states, and local health officials are preparing for its emergence right here in the 4 states. This is KOAM News at 6. The variant has now been detected in California, Minnesota, Colorado, New York, Hawaii, Nebraska, and now in Missouri, the St. Louis area. And though it hasn't been found in our area, health professionals say its arrival is imminent. One rural hospital in southeast Kansas says it's ready for it and using its lessons learned from previous case spikes. KOAM's Bronte Sorotsky has more.
In November, the Wilson Medical Center administered 419 COVID tests. Of those, 60 came back positive. Those numbers look better compared to numbers from last November, when they were getting about 1,000 positives per month. With the new COVID variant gaining national attention, the rural southeast Kansas health system tell us that they feel confident they can handle it after dealing with previous variants.
Ever since the actual pandemic has started, we put a COVID task force in place so that we could meet and discuss what we needed to do to help take care of our patients. And so we've actually feel very good about ready to take care of a patient if we need to.
They've since started administering new treatments as well.
Treatment that can help with the COVID to kind of slow that down.
But what the Wilson Medical Center really wants to get across is their dedication to making healthcare accessible to rural areas, something the pandemic really created a need for.
When the Delta variant came and we had some patients that were definitely, needed to get to higher level care, and so we needed to make sure that we were able to actually get them transferred. I mean, we learned a lot through that. That helps us prepare just a little bit better, makes us a better organization by able to take care of patients, finding answers.
While they say they have grown as a hospital, they're not done.
We've grown through going through this. We're, learning and actually, it's like, I think it's going to always prepare us for a little bit, better down the road.
In Neodesha, Bronte Sorotsky, KOAM News.
Wilson Medical Center is now coordinating with other hospitals to quickly transport patients to higher levels of care when necessary. Missouri Governor Mike Parson is digging in on his belief that mask mandates do not work. That's despite an analysis uncovered by the Missouri Independent through a Sunshine Law request that showed masks saved lives and prevented COVID-19 infections in Missouri's biggest cities during the worst part of the Delta variant wave. The Independent and the Documenting COVID-19 Project at the Brown Institute for Media Innovation first reported the analysis. Missouri's health director says in an email that he has great confidence that areas with mask mandates have lower rates of coronavirus infections and deaths. But Parson says other factors might have contributed and that mandates can backfire. The study compared infection and death rates in St. Louis County, Kansas City, and Jackson County with the rest of the state. Ending the week the way it began, that is with beautiful weather. Doug Heddy.
Yeah, we had a fantastic weather week. All week long, we were either in the 60s or 70s. Of course, yesterday we set a record high. Today we made a run at it, came up just a little bit short, but another fantastic day. We do have some clouds kind of streaming through the area, and we are going to see a lot of clouds over the weekend, but in general, it's not going to be too bad. We have this weak little wave right across northern parts of Texas, so that's producing our clouds and will give us some scattered showers as we go through the weekend, but still temperature is pretty good. Most of us are sitting upper 50s to lower 60s. We are going to drop back a little bit more for us tonight. We have a weak little cold front that is dropping in. You can see these northerly winds kind of dropping south. So we're going to go into the 40s instead of the 50s like we were during the morning hours today. Slide back through the 50s. I think most of us mid 40s. We're going to look at the weekend and some bigger changes right around the corner here in just a bit.
Catch you then. Thanks, Todd. Work begins Monday on the expansion of 32nd Street in Joplin, and starting with the clearing of trees from the right-of-way to the street from Schifferdecker to Central City Road. The work might cause temporary lane closures. Then Monday, December 13th, crews will begin working on sanitary sewer lines that cross under the road. Should take all week, and while that work is underway, crews will close southbound traffic on Country Club Drive. Property owners along Country Club Drive will be allowed access to their homes during the closure. Drivers on I-44 should also be aware of some road work that starts next week. Crews will update electronic signs in several locations in Jasper, Newton, and Lawrence counties on both the eastbound and westbound sides. MoDOT says drivers should expect some shoulder closures and possibly lane closures. Pittsburgh Fire Department says it's responded to 2 carbon monoxide poisoning incidents recently, and officials want you to know how to avoid that same fate. Their first tip, it's pretty simple, have a carbon monoxide detector. Make sure it has fresh batteries and test it at least once a month. If it goes off, leave the house and call your local fire department. Still ahead, it's back. A Neosho water feature has returned to Big Spring Park. We're going to tell you who made it happen. And the Pittsburgh Chamber of Commerce honors the K. Lynn Webb Influential Woman in Business Award winner. Neosho's Big Spring Park once featured a waterfall. It was taken out in the 1980s, but now, thanks to a contribution from the Save Our Heritage Foundation, it's back. KOAM's Daniel Camp went to check it out.
Many people that grew up here in our youth, we remember this waterfall, and it kind of brings back some fond memories, maybe of our childhood or whatever when we were here.
I heard that they were putting it in. I thought, oh, well, that's really awesome. And we saw the live feed from the Neosho Chamber on Facebook, and someone commented, oh, I remember when that was running when I was a kid. And I was like, really? Because I didn't remember it. But I think it's really awesome.
From all over the Ozarks have commented on the waterfall, how pretty it is, and the sound of it is restful. It's pretty neat to be able to put something back that was here to begin with.
I love it. It's not what I expected when I heard waterfall. When I hear waterfall, I picture like Niagara Falls or something. But I love it. I think it's perfect.
It's very visible from the road. It's just a real nice, it's kind of Neosho at its best.
Beautiful spot in a great community. You can check out the waterfall for yourself at Big Spring Park in Neosho. It's at 309 West Spring Street. Pittsburgh Chamber of Commerce today hosted its annual Women in Business Breakfast. The breakfast served to honor the 2022 Women of Distinction and this year's K. Lynn Webb Influential Woman in Business Award winner, Dr. Kayla Riggs.
I am very honored, humbled, and again, it wasn't expected. I don't see myself as a business owner, I see myself as a healthcare provider. So very honored, but again, unexpected.
Congratulations. The event was hosted in the Overman Student Center at Pitt State. First Lady Jill Biden has landed in Oklahoma. She's in Tahlequah today to visit the Cherokee Emerson School in Cherokee Nation. The First Lady and U.S. Secretary of the Interior, Deb Haaland, the country's first Native Cabinet Secretary, will meet with Cherokee officials to highlight the importance of preserving the tribe's native language. Later, the Kansas City Chiefs are off their bye week and taking on a conference rival. We're going to hear from the voice of the Chiefs in this week's Minute with Mitch.
Plus, if you're heading up to Arrowhead on Sunday night, what's the weather going to look like? We're going to check that out coming up. Well, it turned out to be another fantastic day for us today. Temperatures up into the upper 60s to lower 70s across the region, and that's really what we saw all week long. We saw 60s and 70s. We had a record high yesterday, which was fantastic. And really still right now, it looks pretty good. Most of us mid to upper 50s to mid 60s across the entire four-state area. Will slowly drop off as we go through the overnight hours. We do have a weak little cold front that is sinking in. You can see these winds switching to the north, kind of sinking in right along the I-44 corridor. This will usher in a little bit cooler air for us tonight and tomorrow. Now, overall, temperatures look pretty good. It's just going to be a little bit cooler than what we have seen over the past several days. Looks good, 7th and Rangeline, a lot of traffic going on, 63. Northerly winds at about 5. Humidity is high at about 81%. Through the evening hours, we'll slide back through the 60s, 50s, into the mid-40s tonight. So a little bit cooler than what we did see during the morning hours for us today. We also have some clouds which have been increasing across the region. So partly cloudy skies. We'll have mostly cloudy skies tonight. Weak little wave, northern parts of Texas. The jet stream stuck way up north, so this guy just doesn't have a lot of energy, but he's going to kind of meander his way a little bit closer to us as we go through the next 24 to 36 hours. It will give us clouds and a few random showers. Besides that, not much going on, just these weak little waves down across the southern parts of the plains. So let's go through time. During the overnight hours tonight, a lot of clouds, a few random showers in our southern counties. Majority of you are going to stay dry tonight. We'll start the day into the 40s. We'll warm up into the 50s by late morning, and then I do think we'll go into the 60s, which is still really nice. We should only be topping out near 50 for this time of the year, but it is going to be cooler than what we have seen over the past couple days. So we'll start at 46, 57 by noon, high temp right around 63. Tomorrow night, clouds increase again. We'll get some random hit and miss showers in here tomorrow night into Sunday morning. These are going to be very light, mainly just kind of sprinkles or a very quick little shower, and lasting into Sunday morning. As we go into Sunday afternoon, we warm back up near 70. So Sunday is going to be fantastic, but Sunday evening, here comes a strong cold front that is going to dive in. So we may get a few quick little thunderstorms Sunday evening, but much colder air is going to filter in Sunday night, and then into Monday morning, we'll drop all the way back into the 30s for overnight lows. We may even pick up a random snow shower or two as we go into Sunday night. Let's look at next week. Monday's going to be chilly. Tuesday, also chilly. Another chance for rain, could even mix with a little bit of snow. Wednesday, cool. Thursday, we start to warm back up. Friday, back near 70 once again. And then rain chances and possibly some snow chances by the time we head into next weekend. So the pattern really picks up compared to what we have seen over about the past 10 days. 63 tomorrow, 70 on Sunday. Fantastic weekend for the first weekend in December. High of only 45 on Monday, 52 on Tuesday, 50 on Wednesday. So chilly next week, and then back into the 60s late next week.
So you're saying enjoy the temperatures this weekend?
Yeah.
Because it's going to get colder.
This can't last for too long, right?
No, of course not. Thanks, Doug. Coming up in sports, the Pittsburgh boys open the season at home against Joplin, and Webb City and Lamar football aim to bring home state championships. Jacob Leonard has that and more next.
Well, today is a big day for both Webb City and Lamar football. Both teams play for state championships in Columbia, beginning with Lamar facing Lutheran St. Charles in the Class II title game. Now, the Tigers aiming for back-to-back state championships in year 2 under head coach Jared Beshore. Joel Beshore punches it in for the Lamar touchdown early. Tigers up 7-0 after their first drive. Adding to the lead, Beshore connects with Trace Wilhite. Got his guy beat all the way into the end zone, but after a few turnovers, Lamar down 1 at half. Coming out of the break in the third, Arlen Harris Jr. carries it in for the score. That makes it 21-13 Cougars. Here's Lamar's response. Logan Crockett gets to the outside, crosses the goal line. Tigers within 2. Still battling. Crockett again into the end zone from a few yards out. His second touchdown. Lamar back on top, 27-21. The Cougars, though, tie it up at 27. Then here down the stretch, 6 seconds left on the clock. Harris Jr. dives in for the score, and that's it. Lamar falls in the state championship game, 33-27.
Our guys like to call ourselves a brotherhood, and we played with full belief in our brotherhood tonight. We gave everything we had. There was good things that happened in the game. There was really bad things that happened in the game, but they never quit, not one time, even till the last play. And, I love this team. I love coaching these guys, and they showed us today why they're successful.
The Webb City Cardinals also playing for a state title tonight in Columbia. 10-3 Cardinals face undefeated Holt for the Class 5 championship. That one begins at 7 o'clock. We're there. We'll have highlights from the game right here tonight at 10. The Kansas City Chiefs are 7-4, sitting in first place in the AFC West. After a bye week last week, the Chiefs are back in action on Sunday, facing the Denver Broncos. Like every Friday night, right now it's time to hear from the voice of the Chiefs, Mitch Holthus, in this week's Minute with Mitch.
This week, the Chiefs play the Denver Broncos. Now, a chief concern is the 22 giveaways by the team this season. Only the Jets have more. So a question persists. Can a Super Bowl champion have that many giveaways? I researched the past 25 Super Bowl champions and found that 8 had at least 25 giveaways. But here's the irony. In the past 20 seasons, 2 teams have won a Super Bowl with 30-plus giveaways. This week's opponent, the 2015 Denver Broncos, had 31 giveaways with Peyton Manning at quarterback, and the 2007 New York Giants had 34 giveaways, but they had Chiefs defensive coordinator Steve Spagnuolo as their DC that season. So maybe you can overcome a bunch of giveaways if you have a high-powered quarterback and a highly decorated DC. The Chiefs have both on this Minute with Mitch. The Minute with Mitch is brought to you by Como Jewelry. Every day's game day, Como Jewelry, Pittsburgh, Joplin.
Now, the Chiefs-Broncos game will be on Sunday night at 7:20. The Chiefs, by the way, are 9.5-point favorites. On the basketball court, tonight's opening night for the Pittsburgh Purple Dragons. Pittsburgh boys host Joplin in their first game of the year. And Joplin is 1-0 after beating McDonald County in their opener last week. Game time for that one is 7:30 at Pittsburgh High School. We'll have the highlights right here tonight at 10. And that's a look at sports. We're back with more news right after this.
Today we recognize a local veteran of the U.S. Army. Corporal Dwayne Henry manned a machine gun and a bazooka in the Korean War. Oswego, Kansas native Corporal Dwayne Henry is our four-state hero. Here's a look at what's coming up tonight on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. New travel requirements will go into effect next week aimed at containing the new COVID variant. We're going to look at the ongoing priorities of Congress, including the president's social spending package. And new data shows hundreds of pounds of explosives and thousands of pounds of grenades have been misplaced or stolen from the military, resulting in deadly accidents. That's on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. A police officer in Kentucky is helping 3 puppies he rescued near a crash site. The Louisville Metro Police Department posted this photo on its Facebook page. Look at that. It shows the officer with the 3 pups he named Ali, Larkwood, and Madison. The doggies are named after streets near where they were rescued last month. Police say the officers were responding to a crash when he heard noises coming from a nearby backpack. Inside were the 3 small pups. There was no sign of a mama dog. The officer took them to a local veterinarian's office where workers cared for them. Police say the driver of the vehicle involved in the crash was wanted for outstanding felony warrants and was in possession of narcotics. Those dogs will have no trouble finding homes.
No, everybody likes puppies. Well, most people like puppies.
Especially when they have a story like that.
Absolutely.
The weather, it's been nice all week. It's going to be nice again tomorrow.
Yeah, it actually looks pretty good. We are going to be a little cooler tomorrow, but still 10 to 12 degrees above our average high. A lot of clouds. We'll get a few random showers in here tomorrow night and then also on Sunday. But Sunday up to 70, turns sharply colder by Monday.
It's going to be a Christmas parade in Miami Sunday evening.
It's going to be windy and turn
Saturday
colder.
evening, Saturday evening.
Oh,
excuse me.
Don't show up on
Saturday.
Sunday.
Yeah, Saturday evening. And it'll be nice for that. Okay, sports note.
We showed you Lamar finishes the Class 2 state runner-up. They finished the year with a 13-1 overall record.
Good for them. I know it's tough to lose the last game.
Sure.
It always is in the postseason, but good for them anyway. They had a great season. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you right back here for KOAM News at 10. Let's make it a great evening.